Salute, trade game team. Good morning, good evening, good night, depending on what time it is where you're at. Right now, it's 2:21 where I'm at, and I'm doing this video because people keep asking about the quit my job video, and I want to tell the truth, and it's gonna be a little harsh, but it needs to be said because something I realized in my journey as an entrepreneur before a day trader is that this is not gonna be for everybody. Everybody's not going to be able to come, guys. And what I mean by that is somebody asked how much money did I have in my trading account when I left my job. And I've heard stories of people who said when they left their job, they had 6 figures, 5 figures in their account to trade with. Well, I'm here to tell you the cold hard truth about this. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the account if when you leave you can't trade. You could have 100,000, you could have 50,000. The money doesn't matter anymore because you can get funded. And I'm gonna tell you guys the truth because I don't want you to get misled, because even though there's some interesting stories on the internet, they're just stories. At the end of the day, you don't know if those things are true. You don't know if what I'm saying is true. And this is not to disparage anybody, like to say, hey, the person you watch is lying. Because honestly, there is a lot of smoke and mirrors on YouTube as far as the trading and what people are actually doing. So that's why I'm always posting like the charts. I'm always showing you guys like these trades. I don't show like material things. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want you guys to see the real truth. The real truth is that if you can't trade and you have 300,000 in your trading account when you leave, you're just gonna blow it. Learning how to trade is the most important thing. So let's answer the question. When I left my job 2.5 years ago, I only had $3,000 in my trading account. I would never put over $1,000 in my trading account until I learned how to trade. And I never blew an account. There's people on here who said they blew accounts and all this stuff. And I'm gonna be honest. To me, that's probably why I'm able to hold a trade. As you see in the back, you see when I entered this US 30 trade, I've been in a US 30 trade for 2.5 days. I mean, think about it. Think about that. Think about that. Think about who would hold an indice trade. If you know anything about indices and how volatile they are, a lot of people can't even mentally handle holding a trade like that. So, and this is not to like make me look better or anything. It's just to show you that there's different ways people handle things. The mindset that you have is the most important thing you're gonna need. Because for me, right, when I left my job, it didn't really matter if I was gonna be trading or not, because I already had my mind made up. It was time for me to step out and be my own boss, to be an entrepreneur first before trading. Trading is everything, don't get me wrong, but I have other websites that I run. I run other businesses. They're not like big or anything. They hardly make me any money. The majority of my money comes from this. But if I was to step away from it, I still have other things I could be doing. So I want people to know the truth, because it doesn't really matter how much money you have in a trading account when you leave, because nowadays you could just go get a funded account from a prop firm. All you have to do is learn how to learn how to trade. I gave the formula away. People don't even know that with trading and prop firm challenges, all you have to do is stick to a formula and you can beat the challenge. As long as you know how to trade, scalp, intraday, whatever type of trading style you have. If you follow this formula that I gave, I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. I just gotta get around to making a video. But it's not something I'm trying to keep away from nobody. I want everybody to eat. So if put it like this, you can just go get a prop firm and get 50K capital and trade off that, and whatever you make, with the profit split, it's better than you having a $3,000 account like I did. Now, when I started, I had my own account and I was losing money like crazy learning to trade. Once I started learning to trade, I started putting more money in my account. I started compounding and stuff like that. So I would always keep 3,000 in my account, and whatever I made over 3,000, I would pull it out the market and just leave the 3,000 as capital. Part of me as capital. And for the way that I trade, the lot sizes I was using, I was clearly outgrowing that $3,000 mark. So I had to start doing other things like opening other accounts. And then I realized, let me just go get funded. And that's why you saw me post the FTMO video, because it was like, it makes no sense to sit up there and play with 10,000, 5,000, 50,000 of your own money when you could do that with somebody else's money and take all the money you make from that and put it into your own trading account. And then if you want to play with 50 G's, at least that's 50 G's you made from a prop firm. So I'm giving you guys the real formula on how this works, because I see the people asking and saying that how much money did you have? And to the subscriber who said to me, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name, I don't even know if you want me to say your name, but to the subscriber who asked me, hey, living in New York City is expensive. Just to let you guys know, now that I'm not anchored to a job in a specific location, I travel, and I'm letting you guys know the whole country is messed up right now. I mean, my folks are from down south, and I never thought I would see rent. People paying 14, 15, $1,600, and in places like North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, Miami. I saw a 1 bedroom in Miami for $2,100. I never thought I would see this. I mean, Los Angeles. I've been to Los Angeles. I go to Los Angeles a lot. And Los Angeles always was more expensive than New York, in my opinion. So people don't really know that New York is not the most expensive place to live anymore. So if you're in New York and you think it's expensive, just know that that's pretty much the whole country. New York is not special anymore to the point where things are more expensive here than anywhere else. The rest of the country has caught up pretty damn fast. So for you guys worrying about expenditures, man, just the best thing I could tell you guys is, just make sure that you're able to make income. And, from there, you kind of just have to believe in yourself. Like being an entrepreneur and a full-time day trader, it goes hand in hand. It is the same thing. You just have to really get up and perform and put in the work, and you have to make the money, man, because all of that 60 G's, 80 G's in my trading account, that's just money you're going to give to the market if you don't know how to trade. Because one thing people don't really learn, that's learning, what kills a lot of learning traders and keeps them from trading is the risk management. It's not even the trading, it's the psychology that beats a lot of people, So people learn how to trade and then they get cocky. That's why I just made that video. Don't make this mistake. People get cocky and they start thinking that they got it all figured out. But what you have to always keep in your mind, and I don't say it a lot, but I say it enough. The market is out to get you. Now, do people really sit there and watch your trade and stop hunt you? No, of course not. I mean, you hear that on here, but no, that's not what it is. Is the broker trying to get you? With the spreads they are. They have these weird spreads that on days like Friday, today I'm trading on Friday, believe it or not, but they have these things with the spreads where they'll pull your spread out and stuff and, tap you out of your trade. I've had people come to me and they be like, hey, I put my stop loss here and, the price never reached there, but my trade was closed. I'm like, yeah, your spread opened up and it tapped into your stop loss and took you out the trade. Your broker did that. Oh, the broker didn't do it because of you. The broker did it because they know that was an area where people were doing that and they need their money too. So you have to be monitoring your trade and understand these type of things. You have to learn these things. You have to learn that at a certain time of the day, your spread is going to widen up. So if you're holding a trade, you have to widen up your stop loss. If you want to hold that trade and you think you're in the right direction, then ain't no problem with widening your stop loss. Now, if you widen your stop loss and your stop loss gets hit, it's because you just were on the wrong side of the trade. That's just simply that. But at the end of the day, man, I saw people asking that question. I just want you guys to know I'm trying to help you guys to get prepared because this is not for everybody. I'm telling you now, man. There's people that they're never gonna leave their job. They're gonna be trading, they're gonna make money, and they're still gonna stay at their job. I mean, there's reasons that you might want to. Some people need medical for their family. They're the provider. Some people think that I run into, you know what I ran into a lot? I'm gonna break that down too. I ran into a lot of people who had money at my job and they were like kind of well off already. And they would tell me that they were staying there for the medical. And I'm scratching my head like, but you make enough money outside to just pay for your own medical. To me, that's like a freeloader mindset. You're gonna stay at a job you hate for medical when you could just pay for your own medical and don't have to be bothered. Find another way to make money, because that's pretty much what my mindset was when I left my job. Was it for trading? Yes, trading was what I knew I wanted to do, but even if I was trading or not, I knew I needed to leave my job. It was like two different things. Trading was the thing, the fuel that got me there, but I knew I needed to leave just because I felt like I could get more out of life than just working for somebody every day and just dying like that, you know. And this is not a knock on jobs, because some jobs are good. If I used to actually like my job, but then I ended up disliking it because the workforce thinker, a lot of people who work, they don't understand this market. They don't understand anything about real money and how it moves and what's going on. Look, there's traders that don't even understand. Right now, look at my chart behind me. This is a algorithm trading. I could go trade myself. If you get the course that I have, everything is natural trading. There's no robots or anything involved. But people don't really even understand that. There's a lot of people who preach against robots and, oh, they're a scam and this and that. You're trading against those. Banks are not sitting in a cubicle. There's not a teller sitting in a cubicle at a bank trading against you. There's a person watching the computer, and the computers are trading against you. Just like I'm watching my computer and my algorithm is trading against them. So the Bears and the Bulls is really who has the best algorithms and who knows how to trade the best. Because guess what? I could give you the best algorithm on the planet to trade, and you'll still lose because you don't know how to trade. So don't think that because people say, "Oh, I got a robot and I got cooked," they're a scam. No, you just don't know how to trade. Because once you know how to trade, software just makes your life easier. That's what it's for. It's not there to make you rich. It's not there to be a get rich quick scheme. Nothing is in trading. If you don't learn how to trade, I don't care what people give you. Signals, you'll get cooked. Robots, you'll get cooked. You know, the only way you might not get cooked is if you're like going live with your mentor and taking the same exact trade off them. But then you're not trading at that point. You're just making money off somebody else. So at the end of the day, man, don't worry about a trading account, how much money you have in it. Learn how to trade. Just that's the most important thing. Forget the money. Don't worry about the money. The money is like the least important thing when you leave your job. It's the resources. It's the tools. It's to know how to get the money. It's like learning how to fish. When you're at work, the job is feeding you. They're giving you the fish. You have to learn how to fish on your own. Once you learn how to fish on your own, then you can leave the market. Then you can go about your way. Then you can do those things. You understand? I figured I'd brighten up the screen for you guys because I'm all in the dark. It looks weird. But anyway, yeah, I know this video is running a little long, but this is going to be one of those videos because I want to make sure I talk to you guys and tell y'all the truth about this, because a lot of people will never leave their job. There's people on YouTube who trade. They have jobs, they just don't tell you, or they're not leaving their job. I did a video in front of my job because I had that job for 21 years. I worked at that one building 19 years, man. 19 years. I gave my whole years there. I went there as a teenager. You know? And that's crazy because I look back at what I was doing and I'm not the same person as I was either, because the way I think now, you're going to think different. It's like being in the Matrix is the best way I can explain it, because when people who work talk to you, you're not going to like, it's like a Dr. Manhattan effect. You're going to just be like looking through them. Like, oh, I know exactly what you're saying. I was there. I used to be just like you. You know, you're just going to recognize a lot of things you hear them saying and be like, oh, yeah, I recognize this. I know exactly what this person's talking about. And you're just going to know. You're just going to know, man. But, yeah, so just know the money is not important, guys. Don't focus on the money. The money is attainable. Once you know how to trade, you'll be able to make money and live off what you make. What you want to do, in my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, is you want to just Learn to trade and go get a prop firm account. Once you get a prop firm account, keep getting them. Get 3 on FTMO, get 3 on my forex funds, and then just get as many as you can. I mean, of course, don't get an account where if you don't trade on it, you lose it. Because I think some of them, if you don't actually use them, you lose the account. So don't do that. Get as many as you can manage, I should say. Because you don't need 6 if you're just learning to trade. That's for somebody that's been trading for a long time. So just worry about learning how to trade, man. Because once you know how to fish, you'll always be able to eat. You don't got to worry about you don't have to worry about like how much money you have in your account, because that's something that if you're worrying about that, you're probably gonna lose it anyway. And I know that's gonna sound negative, but I don't want to sugarcoat nothing that I'm telling you guys. I want you guys to know the truth, because I still remember all that pain that I went through with that, of losing my money and all that. I never blew my accounts though. I don't know. I guess me being older, it's like a thing where I'm not gonna just sit up there and blow my account. If I see I'm losing a trade, I get out of a trade. I don't just sit there and get cooked. I don't do that. Even when I'm asleep, I say, hey, I don't like stop losses. If you look at this trade right here, there's no stop loss on this trade. You see what I'm saying? I don't like stop losses, but I notice my trades go better without them. Is it a stop hunt? No, I don't believe that, but they do go better when I don't use a stop loss. Now, the thing is, if I'm sleeping, then I put a stop loss, because I'm not gonna just go to sleep thinking I'm the guru of trading. No, I'm gonna put a stop loss, and if it gets hit, oh well, I shouldn't have went to sleep. That's another thing you guys got to be prepared for too. You may not. There's gonna be times you may not be able to sleep. This can be stressful, and that's one of the reasons I use software, because I'm not doing that. I'm not killing myself for no trades. But it can get like that. There's gonna be times when you're gonna be in trades, and they may go against you, and you're going to still sit in the trade, and you're going to hope it turns around. I saw a guy in the group doing this the other day, and it was on an indice. You don't hold no indice trades, man. If they going against you, you get out of there. Do you see how much money you could lose? Look at this chart. Do you see how much money you could lose if that's the opposite way this trade I'm in it goes? Look how much money you could lose. Really. And I'm showing y'all that to show y'all this is real. But think about if you're on the wrong side of that trade. Now, everything was flying up in the market all week. If you look at my computer, you see that I got the periods at the top. Look at the Monday. Look how everything was flying up. Everything kept going down and flying back up. Everything kept going down and flying back up. And now Friday is finally going back down. It's going back down because I knew it was too high. You see, so that's how I knew to take the sell. I just knew to take the sell from watching the market throughout the week. Now, just to give you a quick insight on my software, you see how the MACD at the bottom, look at the bottom. See that MACD? I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to point it out on the actual chart for you so you can see something. You see the MACD right here at the bottom? You see that little green arrow telling me that the market is buying? That means it's time for me to get out of this trade. See? That one little simple indicator. Because this MACD is very accurate. Now, I have the MACD telling me it's down, but it's starting to turn around. What is the candles doing? Turning around. Now I have these two this cloud right here. This cloud is starting to bend like it's trying to go back up. What does that mean? That means the market is turning around on me. You see what I'm saying? So this is why, like, trading software, it can be good. People say it's bad, but hey, guess what? I see something that someone that's not using software don't. I see that the US 30 is getting ready to go back up. It's reached that low point, and it's ready to go back up for a retest. So this is why I listen to what some people say on YouTube and the internet, and I just go, wow, y'all out here saying these things just because that's how you feel. You don't have anything to back up what you're saying. I got a chart in front of you, a trade running, and I got the software there showing you everything I'm saying in front of your own 2 eyes. This is real. I don't have me sitting in front of a camera. You just see my face and I'm talking and sitting in front of a Lamborghini. And this is not a knock on that, because I love to watch that content. I'm not going to lie to you. Every now and again, I will click on it just for motivation. But at the end of the day, I have to show y'all the real deal here. And you get a prop firm account, you could take trades like this. You think I could take a trade like this on my regular $3,000 account? No. I wouldn't be able to even hold that trade. But you could do it with a prop firm account. See what I'm saying? So this is why I say don't worry about the money in the account. Just worry about how much money you're able to produce or make. And just learn to trade. Once you learn to trade, You can make money helping other people. You could trade on your own. You could, teach people, because people come to me, hey, I want to learn how to do what you're doing. I want to learn how to do what you're doing. I want to learn how to do what you're doing. Well, I hate to say this, but at the end of the day, if you want me to stop trading or take time from what I'm doing because I'm running a business to come help you, you got to give me a couple dollars. And it's not because I need it or want it. It's because I have to, fish. I have to fish. And I hate that I have to charge people for certain things, but even the software. I hate that I have to charge for the software, but I mean, let's be honest. It's going to make you money. As long as you know how to use it, it's going to make you money. I just showed you. My MACP says the market is going up. The cloud is bending up. Then you got that red line right there. That red line is telling you what? Let me just show it to you. This red line is telling me it's at its lowest point. Okay? So for the week, this was the low. So that means it's time to get out the trade. But I'm holding the trade for the sake of the video. But I'm just showing you guys how software can make a difference if you know what you're doing. Now you have people out here preaching, oh, naked chart, naked chart. That's fine if you're gonna hold a trade for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Get you 10 pips, 20 pips. You see how many pips is in this trade? And once again, this is not the brat. This is one trade and it's a one lot. Look at the indicator to the right, the pip count. Just look. Look all the way to the right at the top. Pip count. Look at all those pips on that chart. I just want y'all to see that. You think you can manage taking those many trades by yourself without software? Do you think the banks are doing that? You think they're sitting in the cubicle taking all these trades against you without software? But I listen to you guys on YouTube. Oh, naked charts. Naked charts. Yeah, that's fine if you're going to be a person who's going to go to Dunkin' Donuts, put in your 9 hours, and take a trade for 5 pips. That's fine. But you guys talk like everybody's trading like that. No, not everybody's trading. Some people trade for a living. And they're gonna need that 50, 100, 200, 300, 600 pips. And I'm going to show you that. And not to be shameless with the plug, but I do break all this down in my course about how to get those type of big moves that without software. There's free indicators you can use on MT4. So you have the choice to use those and just learn how to use the indicator, or to see these setups with your naked eye. I do teach naked eye trading because that's the most important thing. A robot can't save you if you don't know what you're doing. I'm not going to sit up here and say, once you get the robot, that's it, you're rich. That's a lie. And I'm not going to get on YouTube and start fabricating to get views and to get people to like, oh, come over here like I'm trying to dazzle you. I always want you guys to be told the truth. I don't want no misleading crap going on this channel. I don't want people to be over here thinking that I'm saying that I'm the Jesus of trading and my robot is Moses. And no. You do need to learn naked price action, but are you going to be able to sustain a living like that? Probably not. So keep in mind, man, learn to trade. Once you know your trading is good, what I did, I'm going to break down what I did with my trading when I was leaving my job. While I was at my job, for the last year that I was there, I think year and a half, I kept $1,000 in my account, and whenever I would go under $1,000 at the end of the week, on the weekend, I would refill the account until I learned how to keep $1,000. Once I was able to consistently keep from losing money, I grew my account to $3,000. I kept setting goals. Once I got to $3,000, consistently keeping that in my account, anytime I made over $1,000, I would pull it out. Then one week I made like, off that 1,000, I think I made like 5 something, and I said, okay, I'm gonna pull out 2,000 and change and leave 3,000. And then I said, okay, when I get to 5,000 again, I'm gonna leave it. By the time I had got to 5,000, I had a bunch of other accounts and other things going on. So I was able to just keep the 3,000 in the account. But I was at a point where I wasn't losing under 3,000. I would keep whatever I had in there. And if I started losing under that, that's when I would have to go and reevaluate what the mistakes were that I made. And once I saw I was consistently winning my trades, as far as like every week I was in profit, I wasn't losing, I wasn't refilling my account, I said, okay, I got it. I could leave now. But just to let you guys know, my whole full setup on how I did this was, I traded in a demo until I was able to win 10 trades in a row. Once I was winning 10 trades in a row, I did that 3 times. I said, I'm going to take 10 trades, naked chart trades, win, hit my TP. And by win, I mean I was going to set up a trade. I was going to have an analysis, take a trade, make sure my TP was hit. And if I could hit my TP 10 times in a row on the demo, I would say I'm ready to live trade. I did learn how to do that easy. Well, not easy, but fast. Faster than I thought it would take me. So I went to the live account. I put $1,000 in. And then I was looking up how much money should you have. People were saying 10 G's. I said, I'm not putting 10 grand in no account without knowing for sure I can make money. So I did the $1,000. And I did that. I think I lost the $1,000 quite a bit, actually. I think for the whole first year of me doing that, I was losing money and putting money back into that account. But when I finally broke through and got to 3,000, I was good from there. Like, that's when I stopped losing. Every week I was like, oh man, I didn't make nothing. I had finally stopped doing that. And that was in, I think, 2000. Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. And that's when I said, okay, I'm ready. And then I left my job that year, the end of that year. And then that was it. You know, I learned how to fish. I said, okay, I'm going to go feed myself, because my job I just didn't like the environment. I didn't like the fact that I was around people. I remember with Trump and Biden, there was a lot of arguing because I worked around a lot of people who were not from America. So they definitely didn't like Trump, and then the people that were there that I worked with, they were supporters of Trump. So it was a weird environment because you had the anti-Trumpers and the Trumpers, and I was looking at both sides like, both of you guys are fucking stupid, right? But I'm not gonna get into politics. But the bottom line is, I'm like, this is how they keep you all like distracted and at your job. That's how they keep the fear in you to stay at your job. That's exactly how they do it. That's exactly how they do it. That's exactly how they do it. So then I started realizing a lot of the stuff you see on the news and the way the media portrays things is designed that way to actually keep you at your job. And then when I saw the market was making the best moves while people are at work, I said, oh, so if I work at night, the market don't really move as good as it do in the middle of the night. Why is the middle of the night and the early morning the most volatile times in the day? Because that's when you think people are at work. But no, that's when they are moving the money around, because they know. They know. They know what's going on. They know what's going on. And granted, your little 10,000 that you make, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. But however, they ain't gonna make it easy for you either by just giving you the money. They ain't. They gonna make it where you gotta figure out the system. So for those that asked, it was $3,000 in my account when I left my job. It wasn't no 30,000, no 300,000. It was 3,000 in a real Hugo's Way account, and that's what I had. And I was living off of that along with my job, and that was how I was making money. And then I decided to replace my job income with crypto trading. And then I stopped doing the crypto and just strictly stuck to trading. And that was it. You know what I mean? It's 3 in the morning and I hear somebody walking through the house. I'm wondering, what is that? Anyway, though, yeah. So for those of y'all that asked, man, that was what was in the account when I left. It wasn't no astronomical amount. I would love to have a dope ass story to tell y'all. Like, yeah, man, I had like big bank. I was trading heavy out here. Nah, I had a dollar in a dream, man. Just like anybody else. And when you got that mindset that you're gonna do something, that's kind of how that's gonna be for you. So, you know, if you got that cushion might make it a little too comfortable for you. You might go out there, used to having certain things, and you got to struggle a little bit in order to get to that good side of it. You got to go through that struggle. It was kind of clear to me at a certain point, you're going to have to hit low points, and I definitely did. Pardon me, guys. You're going to hit low points. There's going to be points when you're going to be like, man, I don't want to do this. I had moments still. I had days when I would just break discipline and just trade, and I would trade like stupid. I would trade like, I remember there was a time when I lost like 60% of my account. I was like, yo, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then that's when I was like, let me get back on track. You're gonna have days like that when things is just not gonna go right for you. So having that amount of money in your account really ain't gonna matter if you don't know how to like mess it up and get it back. Go over here, get another one. Go over there, get another one. It's not gonna matter. Trust me, guys, it's not. So do not worry about the money. Worry about the skill. If you know how to fish, you don't have to worry about people feeding you. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Don't worry about the amount of money in your account. Because if you got a lot of money and can't trade, once again, I'm going to keep repeating that. You'll just give that money to the market. You will liquidate yourself. You'll go in there with 30 grand and you will come out with nothing. I'm telling you now. So learn how to trade, demo trade, get live, go live. Don't stay in that demo too long either, because it's a false hope when you do that. And like my strategy was 10 trades in a row. I never went back to demo again after I did that. I did 10 trades in a row. I did it again, and I did it one more time just to make sure I had it, because I was not trying to come back to no demo, because I felt like, okay, if I know what I'm doing, why the hell am I demo trading? I could be making real money. And that's another thing too. When you get greedy like that, you're going to fuck up your account. So just take it easy and just learn the skill. Once you learn the skill, you really don't got to worry about all that no more. You're just going to take your time and let the setups come to you that you take, and take them and win. And you're going to lose sometimes because the market ain't having it. The market's trying to get their bread too. You know, they have a certain amount of money they have to make every day in that market. Every session has a certain amount of money they have to liquidate. That's why you hear the stories about, oh, they turned the market in this direction. That's true. They do that. They will take up 150 million or 150 billion dollars and put it into a trade to get the market to move a certain way, and then you'll see that big wick where they pulled it out. They do stuff like that, and they do that because they need to make money. They have to. That's their job, to liquidate a certain amount of money every day. And if you're in there playing around with your $30,000 account and you left your job, guess what? They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. Trust me. That's why you need to learn how to trade and learn those price action moves, because once those moves happen, you'll be able to spot them and be like, and you can let the moves pass and then come in under those moves and get your money. You know what I'm saying? So just know that. And this video is long enough, man. This video is mad long. It's gonna take forever to upload this video. So let me end it here. Maybe I'll make a part 2 for the things I forget. But once again, leave your comments in the comment section, and I will make a video answering all of that. But as you can see, man, I showed you. I gave you the information. I gave you the data in this video. I showed you exactly how I know what this trade is doing, how I'm able to take it, how to get out of it, when I should get out of it. You know, everything. How did I learn all of this? I was fortunate enough to know somebody that make bank software. You heard me. They make bank software. That's how I was able to learn some of the stuff I was able to learn. A lot of it, actually. And guess what? They not teaching you that on YouTube. It's that simple. So when I met that person, I knew the person for a very long time. When I met the person, I'm thinking to myself, why the hell am I still at my job? I'm around these people doing these great things, and I'm going to punch in the clock. Now, I play my part, but after a while, I felt like I deserved better. And everybody that knew me, who knew what I was capable of, agreed. And I'm saying, like, y'all not good influences, man, because all y'all make me want to leave my job. And that was how I ended up there. But remember, had I not had training, or I wasn't good at trading, I was still prepared to just leave my job and go be an entrepreneur. I just knew it was time to, go be out there on my own. I just felt that way about it strongly, and nothing changes my mind about that. And looking back at the people I worked with, the amount of peace I get from not having to see those people every day and see the annoying things they used to do, the roboticness, the empty souls. It was scary, man. Imagine being docile. There was one guy, he would come to work every day, and he would just work, and he wouldn't like talk. He didn't have no energy. He didn't have no ambition. He didn't have any, and I would talk, I would talk to him. I'm like, hey, man, how you feeling today? Yes, very glad to be here. Yay, oh, hey. I'm like, relax. I didn't ask you that. Relax. How are you as a person? I'm glad to be working. I'm like, man, I'm sure your employer is happy to have you. And I started thinking, damn, if I had my own business, I wish I had a motherfucker like that working for me. all excited to go work for somebody. Man, that's when I said my mindset started to change. And I started to realize this is not the place I should be. Because I started to despise the free lunch. I started to despise the, hey, I'm giving you a crumb, you better be glad. You're giving me a crumb off of the cake I just baked for you. In Forex, guess what? Whatever cake you bake, you get the whole cake. I don't get to bake a cake and give it to you and you give me a crumb back and tell me thank you for an honest day's work. Nah, man. Nah, I worked 9 hours for you, including a lunch. No, 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 no. So, one day I'll really break down my just staying for the 9 to 5, but I don't get too much into it because I don't want to seem like I'm telling everybody not to work, because you should work a job. If you don't have a way of making money, that's the best thing to do. But just know that, you're destined for better things. Now, I will blow your mind and tell you one last thing, and then I'm really going to end this video because it's already over 35 minutes. Think about this. Think about what I'm about to say to you. If they let everybody at a 9 to 5 get to the point where they could trade and make the money that traders make, who are going to do the shitty jobs that the rich people don't want to do? I'm proposing a question. I just want you to figure, because when I figured this out, I understood why people have jobs and why they distract you and keep you just, thinking that that's a good place to be. If you wipe someone's ass for $5 an hour, and that person whose ass you're wiping, and I'm sorry I'm using this raw analogy, but it's just to give you the idea of what I'm saying, is paying you $5. They make $500,000 a year. You're gonna want to figure out how they make $500,000 a year, right? But you're the ass wiper to that person. They don't want you figuring out how to make $500,000, because then who's gonna wipe their ass? You see, did that go over your head? Because I had told my friend this, and when I told him that, I felt bad, because then he got on this whole kick about leaving his job, and he left his job, and now he's down south doing great things. But you see what I'm saying? It's like an eye-opening thing when you figure it out. The money is the last thing you really need to worry about, because working a job, you can be there and lose your job. You know how many people I saw lose their job when COVID happened? I was like, oh wow, I didn't think you would lose your job. Like, I thought that was a job that would not be affected by because we were told, oh, you never have to worry about this and that and that and this if you go here and go there. Certain jobs you thought were secure, and then COVID happened, and guess what? Those jobs wasn't secure. And I was like, oh wow, who would have thought my job would be more secure than your job? And that's what was happening. I saw so many people losing their jobs, and they didn't know what to do. And I said, man, in the back of my head, I wanted to tell them about trading, but I said, hey man, I'm glad I know about this trading thing, because had I not known about this, I would probably be scared to shit. Because they had a lot of workforce people terrified of losing their job. People was coming to work coughing on each other willingly because they didn't want to lose their jobs. And I'm like, yo, freak this job if they want you to come and get coughed on and get sick and all that. I was at my job pitching up about that. People were like, hey, relax. You don't want them to send you home. You're gonna lose your job. And I was trading at the time. I knew how to trade at this time. So I was like, I don't care. Send me home. I wanted them to send me home so I could go home and trade in peace. I'm not making this up, people. I'm not. This is, in that COVID situation, really had me like, I gotta leave this job, because the way they treated us during that time, that's another story. I'll make another video about it. But I'm telling you guys, it's like, yo, them jobs, man. That COVID had me like, really. And now they're saying a bunch of people are not returning to jobs and stuff. They figuring things out. A lot of those people are traders too, probably. But think about it like that. If your job is to climb trees and pick oranges for the person who owns the mansion that you're climbing a tree at, the person who owns the mansion is paying you $5 an hour. You think they want you figuring out how they make their money? Because who's gonna climb that tree and pick his oranges? I hope you guys are catching what I'm saying to you. So anyway, just keep in mind, learn how to fish. Once you learn how to fish, leaving your job with 10,000, 1,000, 3,000, it ain't gonna matter. I left with 3,000 in my trading account. Now, don't get me wrong, I did have money saved up. I did have some money saved up. You know what I mean? I had a couple of dollars saved up. But I was always able to make money here and there in different ways. So it wasn't something I truly had to worry about. But that was all I had in my trading account, okay? So I'm going to end this video now because we are currently over 40 minutes and I don't even think you guys are going to watch all this in one sitting. So I'm going to end the video now and I'll make a part 2, get into more details about what I realized about jobs, because that's a whole nother subject and that's going to take another 40 minutes for me to talk about, alright? So I'm out of here, guys. Peace.